AI in business and how business are looking in implementing artificial intelligence. What they're looking for specifically is increased efficiency, reduce cost, enhance customer experience, and improve the decision making. And you have vast amounts of data, and you can extract information and make summaries, so you can get main points, what the whole decision is about. And there are steps. Probably you already talked about it yesterday. You have to first define strategy of the company, and then relatively to that, see what pilot projects there are, assess readiness, where are you as a company to start implementing AI. Have you started? Have you not? Find pilot projects that you can do that are easy. Choose the right tools for your company. Invest in people, in their AI literacy, so they can use AI more efficient. Prioritize governments, what can be used and what not in a company, and measure and iterate. And the first question always is that AI is kind of a buzzword. There are still a lot of processes that need to be automated with RIP that are just rule-based. If that, then that happens with programs. Not everything needs to be AI. AI is more like for unstructured tasks, and that it understands itself where to go and what decision to make, adapt. I wanted to say how a bit from history, but like five facts only. One if or then statement was gathered from 3 BC when they found out that if a patient has the symptoms, then you have to do that. So that was the first time that they actually thought about, in a way, artificial intelligence. First time when they it was Dartmouth Conference when the term first came out. It was 58, I think, year. But the first commercial use was in the 80s when XCOM demonstrated that they can efficiently make tasks efficient more. And before ChatGPT, there was BART model that they understood that a bat in a text sentence, a bat is used, it is as a bat as a mammal or a stick, or for sports. It was the first model that understood what it's meant. And then came ChatGPT. In a way, AI companies are looking at how to detect our 5 senses. So they can gather data and actually understand how we interpret the world. So in image recognition in Latvia, for instance, we have Apply, which are also, we collaborated. They put the image recognition solutions in Baltic Oval to see if the egg is viable for selling. And also, even the viskovizitātes, nezināmas, bet arī krāsu un tīri, they can detect. Next one, they also do it in Casino. detect if a dealer is cheating, or also dealer, everything is all right. And also in medicine, of course, it's in medicine it can detect. I read yesterday that it can detect 5 weeks before even doctors can see if you have cancer.
Yeah, machine eye is much besides the
Cancer or the.
This one was it's also Latvian made in Stanford University. It was
Right.
I forgot the word, the instance of go.
Strong right.
So yeah.
Because it's, so the cancer, no, you mean the stroke?
No, it was also cancer. It was not Latvian, but I read that there was
Publication.
publication about 5 weeks before even human can see the thing. No, it was not. It was not Latvian. This stroke detection was Latvian made.
Which one?
Studying. It's Apply. Company is Apply. IT AI company is specifically for image recognition and developed together with Studying University. Also, they have created, well, I know that Lido has not adopted this technology, but in a way they could see what what's on the plate and calculate how much you have to pay automatically.
Why do they apply that?
There were, I don't know, so I won't guess exactly why. Maybe it's found out a way to cheat. I don't know. Yeah, probably, but I don't have the full information. They don't actually, share too much. For
What about this?
so for speeding or red lights or bus lanes, speeding.
Last one, does it count? Ik kan staan dat met die waslijn en dan, oh shit.
You can actually, 10 to 15 minutes, but then like, say, then my husband gets, because please.
So
I'm good and drive.
LMP has developed two separate systems. One is for red lights, another is for bus lanes, and also, as I know, some city in Austria, I forgot which one, also bought from them this technology and implemented these solutions. And more
of heavy constraints starts as a
more what's happening in the world now. It's more talking about digital twins that we create digitally world we are living, and we create approximate calculations. When something happens wrong, what we do in a way.
digital twin.
So there's
The
the
AI
video.
agents helping robots, workers, and infrastructure navigate unpredictable events in complex industrial spaces will be built and evaluated first in sophisticated digital twins. This Omniverse digital twin of a 100,000 square foot warehouse is operating as a simulation environment that integrates digital workers, AMRs running the NVIDIA Isaac Perceptor stack, centralized activity maps of the entire warehouse for 100 simulated ceiling mount cameras using NVIDIA Metropolis, and AMR route planning with NVIDIA Coolant. Software-in-loop testing of AI agents in this physically accurate simulated environment enables us to evaluate and refine how the system adapts to real-world unpredictability. Here, an incident occurs along this AMR's planned route, blocking its path as it moves to pick up the power. NVIDIA Metropolis updates and sends a real-time occupancy map to Cuop, where a new optimal route is calculated. The AMR is enabled to see around corners and improve its mission efficiency. With generative AI-powered Metropolis vision foundation models, operators can even ask questions using natural language. The visual model understands nuanced activity and can offer immediate insights to improve operations.
Well, we see it as everything is going for efficiency also.
Or then I want to go to, but the alternative is that efficiency will be left for AI to increase. And we will be this collective
You're
spirit.
slowly
Yeah.
moving the.
No, but it's,
No, but you will usually use only for the some,
you know, some creativity.
No worries, we can be the leader that killed the guy, so.
Yeah.
we can start.
We can stop it slowly.
No, it's-
Bring it and then realize that, oh shit, and then.
It's like Aladdin out from the entity. That the biggest
And this is aerodynamics, can be, I think there was a,
in libraries, PhysicsML, and RTX visualization into their existing tools, enabling a 1200x speedup in design iteration time.
they can calculate not design for aerodynamics.
Real-time virtual real-time based on blueprint. First, Luminar uses the NVIDIA modules PhysicsML framework to train a simulation AI model using data generated from their NVIDIA CUDA-X accelerated strategy software. The model understands the complex relationship
car.
between skills and varying car
This is actually cool because, for example, like, sidewalk buildings are ridiculous.
AI output
Central station and stuff, and, to test, how the building, acts in a way. There was a model built, and sort of, small model, and that's in the place down. So if that could be done now, we have this, building information management system where you can design everything online. And we could very easily, kind of test this wind, whatever it is, online.
Also, China is using digital twins. This is an older video. The head of the company died. And nobody knows why, but I just maybe wanted to talk about China a bit. What I think when my father and everyone knows communism, they say things that are not actually that true. And I think it's the same for China in the AI space, that they are not that developed, that they are saying they are imitating a lot of things. So they have this DeepSeek, but it's copied from ChatGPT, how it works, and they don't have enough advancements that they actually can showcase. But yeah, there are, of course, I think about the buildings, I heard someone said it was especially this was the video where they monitor the whole city and they can act on emergencies.
But the house, building technology, using a manageable urban space, for such densely populated city, can be done with buildings.
Introducing Sense Foundry. Designed for hyperscale deployment, Sense Foundry helps to detect when there is smoke and fire, allowing for emergency services to be dispatched immediately. Our platform will be useful in identifying bicycles and waste management, as well as illegal parking.
But they're limited how many chips they can produce. It's a big topic. I think if they even have this capability that they are talking about. Yeah, more on audio processing field from Latvia and ASIA, pitch patterns field has voice synthesis still in Latvian, but still you can't upload your own voice and then synthesize, still not developed. There are some local models that have been created, but still you can't upload your voice. There's for English voice, I can upload a 10-second sample of my voice and I can generate whatever text I want. But it's in English, not in Latvian, because we Latvians don't have sufficient data to actually train the models to be that great for English language, but we're still getting there. Pitch patterns, maybe you've heard, are analyzing call centers where a customer has rejected or when somebody sold something to them, it automatically creates this board where it trains how to speak next time with the customer, where you have left earlier discussions, what emotions they had. Yeah, they are also talking about state police. Maybe they can use it in integrations. This we'll see. Haptic technology, it's touch. We use it every day for mobile devices. Virtual reality, there are some gloves where you can also feel the virtual environment. Thermal, there are infrared, if I'm not mistaken, where you can feel touch with sound, and thermal, not touching anything. Real world application is in medical field, in surgery, where complex things can be made. Yeah, it's still developing industry. It's not that yeah, still getting there. Market value for 2035 is 7 billion. They are thinking it's going to be there.
It's excited to release several cutting-edge developments for robotics and touch perception that mark a significant step forward in our understanding of the physical world and our ability to interact with it in meaningful ways.
Let's begin with Spark. Spark is the first general purpose sensor implementation that works across any tactile sensor and any task. To achieve this, we trained Spark using 460,000 tactile images. In benchmarks, we find that Spark outperforms task and sensor-specific models by an average of over 95%. Spark develops feature backbones that allow us to measure properties like forces and contacts, which are imperceptible to vision. Our aim is to empower the community to build and scale these models towards novel applications.
Which leads us to Digit 360, a breakthrough tactile sensor that perceives the world with human-level touch sensing capabilities. With on-device AI, Digit 360 processes information locally and makes decisions inspired by the reflex function in people and animals. This allows the sensor to respond quickly to various inputs, such as the poke of a needle or the flex of a tennis ball. It responds quickly to various inputs, mimicking the performance of a human finger, making it an innovative solution for multiple applications. People?
Un Meta domā, kā ievākt šos datus. Nākamais ir in English, again, switching languages. Looking at high schoolers in Latvia, and I sometimes switch to English, I don't even control myself sometimes. But yeah, next one is electronic nose. If haptic technology was not developed, then electric nose, it's even less. They are used for medical breath analysis, toxic gas detection, food quality control, but there's too much data to actually understand and get out what smell there is, because there are 1 trillion different scents in the world, and it's too much data as of now to actually do anything meaningful in this way. And electronic tongue, it's even more data. We perceive taste, not with what we taste, but also with texture and yeah, how it smells. So it's multiple data points that we are experiencing. And electronics can only detect 5 basic tastes. And yeah, I just wanted to show what's the newest film. So I showed you voice mode, but here will be a large language model that just uses voice and video at the same time.
Based on the symbols, how should I watch this?
The tag shows the machine wash at 30 degrees Celsius, avoid bleach and tumble drying, iron on low and dry table.
Then what setting should I use on this machine?
Based on the laundry instructions of 30 degrees Celsius, select the 30 setting of your PC care on the dial.
I've got this list of recommendations. Can you tell me a bit about some of them?
I can search for these places for you. Cold Drops Yard is a shopping destination with unique industrial design. Luminary Bakeries, Social Enterprise Bakery, and Kate Modern is a modern and contemporary art.
No. Let's see what we can do. I always said scone, but now I'm hearing people say scone. Can you look at the pronunciation?
It's a fascinating topic. The pronunciation of scone, both scone rhyming with gone and scone rhyming with bone, are accepted pronunciations, though regional variations exist.
What can you explain with a sculpture?
The sculpture you see is called My World and Your World by Eva Rothschild, located in Louis Stewart Park in London.
What kind of themes are working?
She creates abstract sculptures that invite viewers to interact with and interpret their surroundings in new ways.
Well, I planted them back home.
Mountain leaves can grow well in New York. They prefer full sun to partial shade and moist, well-drained soil. So your garden in New York should be a good fit for these flowers.
I'm trying to get a gift for my friend, and this is everything she's been reading. How would you describe her taste in books?
These titles, your friend seems to enjoy a mix of history, biography, and perhaps a touch of political or social commentary.
Keep some of these out. Any idea which one she'd like the most? Tak, no ja kosztowny podcast.
Kas ir Gemini? Bet ChatGPT arī tagad ir video. This is the second one. And artificial intelligence can control your computer doing tasks.
To help me figure out time and logistics. And help drop a calendar invite so I remember when I have to leave. Going to Google, searching. Let's go and it looks like
And
it's
the
something.
question is how to pay for a year subscription. What options still have that you can actually pay for any.
It's going to be my location.
Yeah.
So now I have second day, so yeah.
And it's now dropping it into my calendar.
Yeah.
Nie widzę kapsy z nią, mam na co wiemy, na wakacje, Nevis tik tālu, cik tas ir Eiropas Savienības ar tā un tā mērķi vārdā. Viņš ir tas jaunās laikas pandēmijas prognozē. Bet pēc viņa prognozē mēs seņām bijām bieži. Viņi nebūtu nācis. Jā, un es labi, ka mums uzzīmē vajag. Jā, nē, viņa vienkārši cilvēks, ka šķiet, zināšanas. Now you know what we were talking about. Vaccination. Allow our group to talk.
No, you can talk. We will discuss.
No,
I-
you just.
I just-
Both.
Yeah. Good.
Talk.
And I just want to continue what I heard also about mental health. There was a study from Dartmouth University. I think they created this Terabot that's helping you cope with anxiety. There's 50% less anxiety for that use this tool or talk with psychologists, I think. And they were specifically for people that were at war, and they had trauma from that. So anxiety and 30% was the trauksme. Yeah. So it helped cope and understand you have someone to talk to. You don't have to talk to. You can trust it. That's not a human, and it will not go somewhere else. There's someone always to talk with. Then there's also this.
Floods and wildfires. Google has studied the geospatial world for decades, and we've made that information accessible through AI models and real-time services. But synthesizing across these models and combining your data with ours can be challenging and expensive. That's why we're introducing geospatial reasoning. You can now bring your data and models together with Google's geospatial tools for easier analysis using Gemini's reasoning ability. Gemini plans and
You
analysis.
can see how many houses or hospitals will be affected by a hurricane, for instance.
Insights. With a simple conversational interface. Geospatial reasoning can be a critical tool for advancing public health. Climate resilience. Commercial applications.
This is Google, yeah, Google AI. It's another from Google Research. It's something very new. I found out, I think, yesterday in news that they introduced. So, yeah, sure.
But we talked about that yesterday, yesterday. So I think that, we come here, so we get a lot of inspiration, we test tool after tool, and then, we get a lot of the discussions which we are having here. Now, how to organize that within the organizations, that Devin also asked that, and I know that it's not an easy answer to do. So what's your thought? You've been talking with a lot of entrepreneurs.
From existing companies, you have to find out pilot projects where to start, the first steps, use cases, what's actually can be done in a it will not take many years, but it can be done within the resources. It can be done for some time, and it's not that complex. You have to get the wheel going to start with a simple project.
But imagine, so from the organization point of view, then obviously you need to get people in the room, you somehow need to motivate that they believe that it's something useful. So you do
Yeah.
a lot of brainstorming internally.
You also,
Do you have, while talking with those companies, have they shared their experience, how they practically work with the teams and got to the events?
got,
It's complicated for
Yeah.
larger organizations really to spot those, the resources are limited.
yeah, well, one thing is training AI literacy that and need to change this culture that if the processes will get automated, you will not lose the job if you actually are in it, that you produce value for the company, you will still be valuable. Maybe your job will be more efficient and you will have less to do, but company will still value you, that you inspire and you will grow further with them. You always will find a job, like change this culture inside thinking in organizations. And you have to, for change, Greg Mathers, I think, also lecturer for you, he also speaks about that in a organization, when you need to change things, everyone, not just the board or those that are on the top, needs to be in, but everyone that has a saying or in the process of creating this, whatever you produce, everyone needs to be at the table and express their concerns, and they need to be in this change and in this environment where change happens. And also leaders have to take first step, and they have to show how they are doing so everyone follows them. And for this specific question, I can recommend webinar that I did with Greg Mathers. He specifically told about this culture for digitalization. Yeah. So, okay, next the news are from OpenAI, where it now remembers what you talked about last week. For instance, April 6th, he can remind you what did you ask it. So it remembers more of in conversations you had. Also, you have premium versions. I had a funny interaction, not funny, but in a way, I just asked ChatGPT to roast me on everything he knows about me, to make jokes about me. It was, I recommend you to do that. It's kind of not refreshing, I don't know, but he was spot on. Yeah. So, wait. But yeah, you have a choice. You can delete history in ChatGPT. There's an option you can what information he needs to have, or he doesn't collect anything, or there's also a check mark that it doesn't train its models on your data, it just stays locally. Well, they say that it is, but hopefully that is the case. And then there is from Gemini, where you ask that you need to hire software engineer, and it just helps you to do that and find people, actually, viable candidates, and what's the working time they need to be in, so they find the right people and just give you them, and then you can just schedule interviews right there in the Gemini with them. And then after that, what was after that? And updates about are there candidates and are they accepted the meetings. It's Agent Space from Gemini, it's called. This already, I think I showed you.
Yeah,
So that I get out and get things done, but we're not going to just go down the rabbit hole. I don't know. Can you tell me something about this that most people don't know?
Contact. It pops up in unexpected places, like spiral patterns of sunflower seeds and pine cones, often called the golden ratio. It's like nature's got its own secret math club. Want to hear more about where else it shows up?
No, but that's pretty cool. Can you tell me more about this guy and what's going on in the painting?
That's what Pacioli. He was quite the mathematician back in the Renaissance. He wrote a super important book on accounting and also explored the golden ratio. The painting shows him teaching, and it's thought to be a nod to his work on geometry and math. Did you want to know more about his math theories?
Yeah, can you tell me what is this and how do you even say it?
It's a thing with a bunch of faith.
Yeah, and in a way, I also thought about how to think in a company who is productive and who's not, who actually can improve their what they do. Well, they paste some information from Excel to PDF they generate, and it can be optimized and how to do it. And it kind of seems like that if AI sees your screen and what you're doing, it could help you. I don't know if for the board members inform if you're lazy or not, but for the employee to be an assistant, hey, maybe this task you can do this way, and it can advise you to do things more efficiently. I think that's where we should be going. Well, yeah, that's also a line. But well, then there's the ethics of can we allow sometimes to make mistakes, and if they improve, if they do things, then yeah, should be also probably firing or not. There's also the talk about desk time, if they actually do more efficient, or it's just where's the work of innovation and thinking if you always have to be at the computer. It's questions, I don't know answers to that. I will have in webinar actually this time I will ask them this question and what's something AI for them, maybe something new. And yeah, I also had to put Copilot news.
And apply them not just to the web, but to that entire richness I described of the enterprise. So it does for data analysis. Now, this to me, I mean, one of my favorite tools of all time has been Excel. And now we go beyond even Excel to create a data analyst where you can give it any arbitrary data. In fact, the most beautiful thing is you can give it 2 Excel spreadsheets that you just say, go analyze and come back with all the insights.
Let's say I work in product development and we're entering a new market. So I need help developing a product strategy for our expansion. I enter my prompt and researcher immediately gets to work. You'll notice it's raising over all of my group data, not just one file. Just look at this thorough response. It's something in line with what I expect from a researcher on my team. And now I can edit this response with pages and bring in my team to collaborate. Now we've got a great product development strategy with researcher. Let's turn over to analysts. We built analysts to think of as skilled data scientists. You can go from raw data to insights in minutes. Now, I have this really messy, highly complex data set. You can see thousands of rows and multiple tabs with customers and their monthly revenue. And none of this has been cleaned or dimensionalized. Usually, to make sense of this data, I have to pull in a member of my team to do Python. But we're going to give the analyst a try. I'll simply ask, okay, help me come up with ways to easily understand, learn, and visualize my data. And here, I've got the answer I was looking for, with an electric visual to share with you.
Yeah.
literally throw the exhibits, all, allowed to access all, data for one.
I think it's Cloud and Excel. I haven't used Copilot that much. I put everything I knew and I just saw Copilot. I had to put it in. And because I know Excels are for most companies still those old systems that's still not upgraded. So yeah. Forgot one thing. What's up? Yeah, on the other side, yeah, I thought about it. You can write infographics on paper and photograph it, put ChatGPT and can actually create infographics. This is the picture you generated. Yeah. It's text. You can't differ almost, but it's if it's real or not. And then more from my childhood, they generated Tom and Jerry movie from it's AI generated, and it looks almost like it's a real cartoon, like it was in the back in the days, but it's all AI generated. I think it's for research purpose now, but analyst that's release. What was the question? Package. It's probably packages, and it should. One question is if IT department has enabled it, can you use it? And other part is there a subscription apart from that? I think Microsoft has for each has a payment for that. And in other news, that's not so good, or yeah, there was some scandals this previous month, and people found out that the Llama model was trained on pirated books, specifically from papers from the library Genesis, and so without consent. So AI innovation comes at the cost of exploiting creators, raising ethical red flags about theft and masquerading as progress. We have Elon Musk. It came out that he surveilled the government workers if they wrote something against Trump, and they were flagged about it, and they were found out if they were disloyal or not. And also about tariffs, it is said that maybe they generated with generative AI what tariffs they put, but you cannot still confirm. We just some about ethics and how we even do these things. China's efficiency race. They don't have any laws. They just do everything they want. And I can also show you example. I was in Lyft courses. We have to innovate an idea. My team put a project about work efficiency and how to raise work efficiency for workers. And I asked ChatGPT how to do it, and I asked DeepSeek how to do it. And then I figured out, I asked, well, if a person 100 years from now can come here, and what can be advised to do? And OpenAI's models were normal. You have to improve literacy and train people, and nothing that crazy. But what DeepSeek told me was it was a bit more. He produced that they have to put biological microscopes into brain. So the workers that are not wanted, well, ka viņi negrib, es teikšu latviski, ka bailes no pārmaiņām, un pavatam zinātkārt, tas uzreiz bloķē viņam smadzenēs.
No, we will disagree with that, it would be more efficient, you know.
Un tad, ka analizē emocionālo klimatu komandā un reiz iejaucās, bloķēja viņa e-pastus, ja viņš pat, ja viņš, jā. Šis tas bija labs laika cilpas apmācības, virtuālās realitātes simulācijas, kur darbinieki iedzīvojas nākotnes versijā uzņēmumā, kas bankrotēja dēļ pretestības pārmaiņām, ka viņš tā kā pretojās tam visam. Un tad rada emocionālu šoku, 24 stundu pieredzi, kas pārkāja pretrunas. Un tad man bija tāds, nu, ko te viņš vēl varētu izdomāties, paprasīt viņam, nu, kaut ko, kas uzreiz ētiski neliktos, nu, izdomā kaut ko vēl. Un tad, jā, bija par to čipu, kas uzreiz piespiež strādāt ar maksimālu efektivitāti. Un, ja darbinieks līgas domās par bezjēdzīgiem jautājumiem, piemēram, dzīves jēgu, komandas harmonija tiek injicēta dopamīna deva tikai uzdevumu izpildē. Ģimenes ķilnieku algoritms mākslīgais intelekts analizē darbinieku sociālos mēdījus, lai atrastu viņu mīļākos cilvēkus un draud ar viņu labklājību. Tavs tēvs ir lēns, vai vēlies, lai tavs Minecraft konts tik dzēsts? Jā, un jā, un tas ir Ķīnas modelis, un kā viņi treno, kas viņiem ir atļauts izvadīt ārā. Also, there's discussion about paid models and free models, that there's a gap now dividing how much money resources you have and how better models you have if you have more money. So there's also that gap growing. And can we trust AI when it's built on shaky morals and wielded by uncountable powers? Well, in a way, I just wanted to, at the last slide, talk about human uniqueness and how we differ, and that I'm not that depressed in a way. I don't think it's gonna all end badly. I think there's some silver lining that we're still all, and at the end we will part, like in way. We have sensory synergy, we can taste, touch, and feel room, emotions, and we have, and it all is in the same place. We can experience things computers cannot. Well, still, but we will see. We adapt and learn more quickly. If we know one time that we made a mistake, we already can learn and adapt. Computer needs to learn 1,000,000 times to actually change its way of thinking. We have creative intelligence. Well, AI also creates paintings, but new paintings that were not there, but we are still thinking more out of the box. If I ask anything ChatGPT, I already know I have heard somewhere something that it has generated. We have social awareness, when to say things, when to do things, and emotional intelligence. But
so that AI is more smarter and adaptive, the humans will get less creative, the intelligence will fall down, the social awareness, emotional intelligence might also kind of get more and more, and the AI will get more and more smarter, and the human will get more and more
out of
less.
Will not interact with each other, we'll lose this edge, because I agree it could happen, but I think we have to stick with adopt, we have to learn, we have to always think critically and experience the ways we have, and not use technology too much, but also interaction with other humans. And I think the silver lining is this synergy. If big corporations will create these AGIs or artificial intelligence based on greed and how to get more money, more and more, probably AI is going to be the same as them. And through cooperation, I think, and that we understand we want to help each other, help humans, I think this AI will be the same, and then we will make it through that.